Hey, hope you're well. My name is Liz. I'm a clinician and a energy intuitive and a Reiki master practitioner, and I do start firelight technology, energy healing too. And I am here doing a late night read. Just felt called to tonight. In my pajamas and getting ready to go to sleep, and it's 5/5 portal, and it just turned 10:10 as I started this recording. Maybe these are all signs for you, or ways that you might know. Beauty. So let's see what's going on tonight in the energy. Beauty is 52 or 7. Getting very Venusian, someone in their energy, feeling their feminine aspects of self. God. Spirit guardian of winter, retreat. Let's look at challenges now, please. And thank you. Guardians of the land, protection. That's a 3. So yeah, I was getting like cleansing space, having intention as I was thinking about setting the space and safety. Here are the things I did before I started, and there's also this like really shadowy stag in the background that may be a significance. It's a really powerful animal guide, excuse me, that presents for me a lot, but maybe it does for you as well. Yeah, noticing lots of fungus, so cycles of renewal. I was reading a book that my daughter has together recently about how mushrooms are like literally the brain of the biodiversity, or the biodiverse system of life in a forest. So the mushrooms act as a neural network for the trees. So if there's like a risk to one tree because of maybe they're getting like eaten by aphids, the mushrooms through their mycelial network send a charge to warn trees to invite animals that eat aphids over, for example. So yeah, not only are the mushrooms like this, symbolic of the death and rebirth, that they're also kind of like the wisdom and the neurological function of the system. So as in this retreat in winter, and as a challenge, is maybe that's something we have to have protection over more, is like our ability to be an authority in our thinking and in our the way we're receiving information. Could be like sources of information, avenues of information. So it's like, where are you giving your attention and energy to? So yeah, let's see if there's any adjustments to that, and or supporting energies to that protection energy that's needed. Chaos. Isn't that always the truth? It doesn't feel like the chaos is always the adjustment, or the guides, or the supportive energies, but it often is this chaos. That's, I was just talking about that in a video recently about like the storm working for us rather than against us. So just that change in perspective is almost a way to hack that neural pattern of like being in fear or in survival. But then when we can flip that as like, this challenge is working for me, we're taking more proactive control of our neural system, of our whole network, right? And our network is connected to the cosmos at large too. So it's like, it is very symbolic. It's not just me like looking at random stuff, but, or, you know, thinking about random symbolism and metaphor. It is actually like, we are not separate and from everything. So this storm spirit has like a Zeus figure bringing wrath and fury from the looks of it down on the land below. I'm also getting like change of season with like the trees going from green to brown. It's kind of like fall time. The lots of dark clouds, but also like he doesn't look like he's mad at the person he's bringing his lightning down on. It just looks like he's very intentional, that there's a purpose behind it. So this is maybe saying these spirits of the storm are here for us rather than against us, just for things to work out in our favor ultimately. Okay. Do I want to do more of these? No, I want to move on. Let's do this. Shaman's Dream, because that's what I'm feeling tonight. Okay. Anyways, hi, how are you? How is this week settling for you? How are you experiencing your field? Are you feeling this thinning of the veil that many are noticing? I certainly am. lots of synchronicities and things, and yeah, just change in the air, but it feels like a refreshing way for me. Radical acceptance. So that was the same one I got in the last card reading I posted as a potential outcome. So this is also still what's here for us. Maybe this is linked. Maybe there's a message for you in there if you haven't checked that one out yet. Let's see any other info on this. Highest outcome, possible outcomes, potentially, of this radical acceptance and beloved, fiery, passionate, heart lighting up, stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. I love this card because it feels so resonant to those of us that feel like we have family in other places, like before this lifetime in this dimension. Like it's like very much like star family. So maybe that's why I love it, but also because it looks very peaceful, and this person's like sitting with these stones and the wisdom of all these stones, and yeah, just a good night sky with the stars and the looks like a galaxy or Milky Way. in these blue. It's very blue. I do love me a good blue scape. This limitless possibility. So yeah, it's like the possibilities of the story you're creating are limitless. Like you can create anything you want. So there you go. 6 or 51 or 6 is the number for that one. And then we have another 6 too for the storm spirit chaos, which is 42. Then we have a 2 for radical acceptance and a 3 for guardians of the land. So very, yeah, Holy Trinity, me, the you, the togetherness for that. And then 11, so very like protected, guided for the spirit guardians of winter. All right, let's see. I'd love to get more about the matter at hand and maybe what people in the collective are going through, just to have this fit a little bit tidier with what is going on. Watchers, transpersonal. Yeah, it looks like an ancient statue, and I'm not even sure what it is. Could be a lion, could be a warrior. And it also has like these on its head, like feathers or ancestral light energy, almost, and orbs coming out of it. So I'm going to look into the meaning of that one, or what the guidebook interprets that one as, because I haven't gotten that card in a long time. But that's the number 60. So another 6. But yeah, it looks really like a dusk, so the start of a new day. And then watchers, when I think about that, it's like beings of light or guides that are, you know, or even people, everyday people that are tasked with being these watchers of everything going on here, in this specific plane of being. So yeah, interesting. Cool. I want to get more on that. So let's do that. And then I'm working a little backwards today. I'm feeling more clear on the potential outcome in the supporting energies, but I would love more info just on the beauty and watchers. Actually, I'm gonna shuffle these guys up. So let me give them a quick shuffle. And 13:20 on the timer. It's another 6. So we're getting lots of 6 energy today. Could be 2 3s or 6. Okay. Also was getting 11 today. 1 2 3 5. 1 2 3 6. Kind of say like we've already done 1 2 3 4. We've done step by step, and now we're going the next step after that. We're still going and we're on track. Gotten 1244. These are just numbers that might mean something to you, or maybe numbers you're seeing a lot of too, as an extra confirmation. Not to mean if you haven't had any significance of these numbers, it's not for you, but let's get another card for the matter at hand, please. Situation at hand. I'm feeling really slippery today. Maybe this is not where we need to go. Maybe we're needing a priestess oracle. Let's see. We'll do one more shuffle. Yeah, these are not feeling like they want to come out, so we're going to honor that and go with our priestess oracle. Okay. Gonna need to get a bigger desk here soon. keep a lot of my decks on this desk though, so that's probably more than half the problem. But anyways, I'm getting my space really squared away lately in a way that feels very nice and refreshing. Like doing a lot of cleaning this week because we had flea bugs in our house, a flea bug, and that was no fun. But it feels really nice and cozy, and it needed to happen. So perhaps that's part of your protection too, is like cleansing, because it just does help the energy feel so nice. So matter at hand, please, with the swatchers and with beauty wood nymph card. Okay, and got sun, pure joy, pranic life force, highest light. Yeah, so it's like these are pretty high vibrational like situations at hand card. It's like almost like Ishtar, galactic mother, Inanna. Yeah, cosmic balance, quantum birth. Thank you, Inanna. So she's like this Babylonian goddess mother, priestess, it's goddess of love, I believe, and she is very magical and is adept at, has a lot of her stories about going to the underworld. And I'm seeing Inanna has a pyramid around her and galaxies. So and she has her wings, so angelic. So she had a whole life as a queen and could have stayed in this comfortable life of, palace, having the things she wanted, but she didn't feel fulfilled, so she went to the underworld. And there was a whole part of her story where her sister was banished to the underworld and she had to go help. She went to go reclaim her sister and try and bring her back, and it turned out her sister ended up killing her, and but she eventually was brought back by one of her handmaids who came back to get her, and but it was a part of her story that she had to go to the underworld and go through that to become the powerful being that she already was powerful, but to become like her full being. And so maybe that's we have all these beauty, we have all these things that look seemingly perfect, the sun, the joy, the pranic life force, the highest light, the watchers. Maybe that's an aspect that we felt we didn't quite have in a place resolved to where we wanted it, though. It's because we felt this like watching part of us that didn't see, that knew there was something more we were supposed to be doing, like Inanna, but and felt this call to the underworld or to do more. So this is it's important work. It's so needed for all of us ultimately to like become comfortable with our shadow, because if we're not, it is subconsciously running the show a lot of times. So I love that. This is coming up so much recently, chills on that yeah, this shadow aspect of us is wanting to be really integrated, and so many of us are willing to do that work. So I notice I'm in my black today, I'm in my shadowy colors, which I just noticed on those days where I'm like, yeah, I feel called to wear black, and it's very much like there's that aspect of me that is much more integrated with who I am, where obviously I don't have to wear black, but it's integrated in me anyways. But I'm also more able to hold that frequency of light, but with the shadow, it's like almost like when I see this Watchers, it looks like a Sekhmet, the lion face in it, and she's like the fierce lion mother, like protector, like you don't mess with her. She has fierce boundaries in a fierce love kind of way. And so this is the kind of balanced divine feminine and masculine that we really need now, is that ability to hold, you know, this softness but also this fierceness, because otherwise we've done it the other way, and it's not, people, you know, are not in their sovereignty. And so we can be in our sovereignty with love and have boundaries with love. So anyhow, maybe someone needed to hear that today. And we also got Rainbow Bridge, Ancient Future, Living Light, Realms Weaving. Yeah, I love this Rainbow Bridge, because it's like the ancient future to me has been coming up a lot, and it's like this, with this Watchers and the Transpersonal and the Nana card, Ishtar, and the Sun, and these wood nymphs. It's like, the ancient future is us integrating all these aspects of ourselves. From when we do the work to integrate the shadow, we are literally integrating the shadow, it's believed, of all other lifetimes, which are not, a lot of people believe are co-occurring, happening at the same time, just in a different dimension. And so it's like, once we heal those aspects, we're able to benefit from the medicine from that. And then those aspects are out of that loop. And then it creates residual healing in the way forward, but also in the way back. So in the ancient future, so it's like the ancient was the past. So it's like our ancestors are getting that healing that we're sending back to them. And then ancient future, they're sending the healing back up to us. And then we're sending it to the future, because we're actually healing these cycles from the past that is clearing the template for things to run differently, because those areas of constriction aren't in the field. They've become expansion now. And so it's like, you know, in quantum, it's like all happening. And so anyways, that's feeling really, really beautiful to me about this work you're doing, this work that you are, so many of us are accepting the initiation and the invite into, because it's not easy. And it's like, actually, one of the hardest things you probably will do is like facing your own shadow, right? It's like your fears, your insecurities, your feelings of worthiness, your feelings of ability to be seen, have value, just all the things. So I love that. And my throat's going now as we're talking about that. Excuse me. So confirmation. It's a lot of times our voice being heard, being seen, being safe in that. I was talking about that with a friend today, of like, it's not only about our own fears and insecurities, but it's also about like feeling safe, being seen, from potentially past lifetimes where we weren't. And also at the same time, we're doing it, we're showing up, and we're even sometimes doing it scared. And that's actually like so significant, to like feel the fear and do it anyways, because that's how we override those neural loops that are not helpful anymore. They're not like grounded in, oftentimes they're not grounded in accurate data. It's baby data from a past version of us, a past experience. And we're trying to stay protected to not have to go through that same pain. And that is constriction, and that is like limiting our ability to be able to be our full self. So anyways, I'm just noticing my eagle on my shirt. Eagle guys here to say, this, have your eye on that, right? On the eagle's vision. It's like down the river, far, from up above. They can see their prey. They're not down in the weeds looking for their prey. They're up above looking down. So we have to like expand out and be able to see these things we're going through are not here to torture us, they're to help us clear them. And I was just talking to my friend about this too, about the way that the wisdom of our system, that it will not bring things up to be resolved and to be triggered, and until, like, unless they're really ready to be healed, or they're like, wanting to integrate. So we have so much power in that. In this is wisdom to take this retreat at times when we have these things that come up that we need to like really get clear on. Of, that's a lot of what winter is, right? Is just like the seasons of things needing time to rest, be slow, go inward, takes, stock of everything. And so, with such powerful cards in the start and lightness, and then the needing to integrate the shadow for this ancient future, and then to the retreat card, it's like we are integrating these things, these aspects, and we are protected. It can feel chaotic. It's all for us, working for us, for these limitless possibilities. And ultimately, radical acceptance, which I really see starts with radical acceptance of the self, and then that gets mirrored out to the other. So yeah, this is expanding, heart expansion. Ooh, I'm holding that in front of my heart. I'm just like, yeah, that fits. It's fiery. It's fiery in this heart lately, and I'm getting the sense you guys are feeling that too. Excuse me. Yeah, it's such a pertinent time for this. Like, it's so many forces are working in our favor for this radical acceptance, heart healing energy. So yes, getting lots of fiery colors, lots of blues, lots of reds together, so like good balance. And yeah, I really just am excited to hear about where you are in your journey, if you feel open to sharing how this resonates. And definitely, if you feel called to explore further, and this is a collective reading, a general reading, but you can certainly reach out. I'm doing readings now, and sessions where I'm doing divination with folks and helping them to align with specific symbols and guides and things that come up that is meant for them to help align each individual on their chosen soul path. So kind of like helping folks to become aware of their template of what their soul purpose or dream is. And so that's something I've traversed on my own, and really am passionate about being a mentor. And so I'd love to do that for you if you're open to it. And I'm not opposed to bartering too. If you have like services and you want to reach out and offer what you do, let's do some alchemy together. Okay. All right. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.